Hi guys! Welcome in to this week's chapter of Salem by Night. I'm your host, your storyteller, your dungeon mistress. This story, though for some will be a eulogy, for others it is a beginning. It is redemption. And it is the dark whispering, "Can you ever forgive me?" With that being said, let's remember and meet our kindred from Season 1 of Salem by Night, starting with Mads O'Shea.
Hello, I'm Striker Slayer and a galactic spice trading fox, and I trade spices for information. The rest, well, that's just classified, and I am Mads O'Shea. Or rather, I was? I don't really know anymore. Where did I go? Jericho.
Hey guys, I'm the Nat Chan, variety streamer here on Twitch. I played Blythe Atencio, a young Malkavian. It's a little bit lost in the dark now. I'll pass it on over to Spec.
Hi, my name is Spectre Zero, your average time-traveling, dimension-hopping android. But for this game, I'm Viola Leverage, and I don't even know what to say. I'm not saying something coming from a sassy bitch like me. Lucas.
Hi, I am Cadmi Yagami, the music-making pirate guy. I formerly played Lucas Belline, a man fighting to run from his past, save the ones that he cared about the most, his final moments. Val.
Hello, my name is Valentine. I'm a demonic cafe owner. I'm playing Xirus Fletcher, or rather known as Doc. Storyteller.
Fuck. We begin tonight's session. 1 year and 6 months later. Viola, Jericho, Xirus. Wits and awareness. Everyone, change to who you'll be playing later today. Oh boy, we're just gonna hold it on this one for just a minute. Welcome to Season 2, Chapter 1 of our Salem by Night Chronicle. Striker Sly, would you mind doing our recap?
Fists flying. Everyone thrown back. And Jericho's arm through the center of Vice's chest. Ribs, spine, and blood. And although he is undead, the blood drains from his face, and he quakes and he trembles and falls. Mads, in a fit, shoots across back to Vice, slicing open her arms, trying to heal him and bring him back from the brink. She wraps herself around him, eyes wide. She would give everything up to save him. The craze is all around them, and Blythe and Viola trying to stop the frenzy that eagerly awaits behind their skin. Blythe floating through this unconsciousness of dark space, sounds and memories around her, but nothing is giving her purchase. She tries to find something to cleave onto. Perhaps a memory of Mads, a memory of being grounded together. But it doesn't hold. She slips away. And there's Jericho. His arm still through Vice's chest. And as he pulls it out, trying to hide from what he's done. In the back, you have Kadal, killing the kindred that was there, causing chaos. The shadows surrounding our coterie. The fear is like a hot bath as everything around us is turned to darkness. And you have Viola playing a game with the shadows. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. And as Blythe turns, hearing the sound, here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Her eyes are not her own. Blythe's bones liquefy and rip through Mads's back. Her bones, her skin. Kadal starts to be eaten away by the shadows, and Vice's tattoos glow. And he throws Mads behind him. Viola is wrapped up in Wednesday like an Iron Maiden, but she's being smashed into oblivion. As she attempts to escape, her focus is on Kadal, the kindred she has somehow come to love. And Kadal is slashing at Blythe. People are shouting, "Call the police! The Masquerade is on the verge of a breach." And Vice blinks beyond the darkness. And the words that will forever haunt Mads. "I have always loved you. And that will never change." And then he blinks back into the darkness. Vice and Kadal rip into Mr. Wednesday, tear him apart. And we are left with Blythe disappearing into nothingness, forever lost, gone, and Jericho is the only one left. As Mads sees Blythe fly out from the shadows, knowing that she's hurt, knowing that Vice is hurt, she pulls herself to her sister's shoulders. And as she looks in her eyes, she realizes that it's not Blythe. It is a male. A full-blooded male kindred. And he is not she. Blythe is gone. With an explosion of power behind them, Vice and Kadal fly apart, and nothing is left. Viola stands in the shadows, Kadal in the shadows, Vice falls to his knees, and Mads loses grip on reality. Tearing herself apart, we face the loss of Blythe, of Mads, and of Vice as their bodies go limp. Meanwhile, on the other side of town, at the hospital, SWAT and armed guards, we have Laz, Nix, Lucas, and Dr. Xirus Fletcher. In their attempts to save Kyler, they realize that it is nothing but a trap. And you can clearly see that Lazarus is twitchy. Something is wrong. Room 201, a service stairwell. 202, where Kyler is supposed to be. and a shot rings out. Heavy boot falls, the Second Inquisition, and a slug hits Xirus in the shoulder. They're there for us. Lucas hits them with flying fists, and Laz loses himself and demands that they kill themselves. And some do. It's as if he has a hold on them that no one can control. Bullets are flying freely left, right, everywhere. It is mass chaos. Gunshots killing nurses, innocent people dropping as the once white walls and floors of the hospital bleed red. Inu shoots Ruby, a member of the Second Inquisition, above the heart, and empties a clip into her head. And we see Nyx as a red spot blooms into her tank top, and she dies right in front of him. And a heavy boot comes down to step on her head, and you see it flatten. In pure panic, people are dropping, ripping and tearing. The Second Inquisition members are running for the elevator. Laz telling everyone to just die. Lucas picking up his friend. Xirus covering as Lucas goes to escape the stairwell. Taking in all the information as Xirus does. We realize that there is no control. Lucas is trying to leave. Xirus trying to convince Laz to go. And it seems that time just stops. And a cane tap, tap, tap. Why don't we clean up this mess? Come here to me, Lazarus Kane. And in front of the coterie, well, the coterie that's left is Elizabeth. And with a terminal decree, pop, 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 heads begin exploding. Laz is fighting her. And a choice has to be made. Save the ghoul or save Lazarus Kane. The choice is laid out in front of Lucas. You already took what was mine. You took my canary, my errant husband. So make a choice. And in front of Xirus, Elizabeth says, I am staking my claim, Xirus, here and now. A challenge. Perhaps a challenge that Xirus will come to make. And unsure of what to do, Lucas is at a standstill, having already lost Nyx. Can he truly lose another? Elizabeth shoots Kyler in the shoulder. Let me show you how little I care. And she points a gun right between his eyes. And with beautiful words of goodbyes and I love you, Lucas shoves Laz backward. And with a blink, Elizabeth shoots Kyler. In a frenzy, Elizabeth and Lucas are fighting hand in hand. Bullets still flying. Laz straining to get away. And Xirus, knowing that the time is now, takes who he can and runs. And as Xirus closes the door to the vehicle outside with a snarling Lazarus, he sees Lucas flying through the window, the bullets flying, the blood, and Iris. And so we are left, as our coterie has lost so many members. The Baron, 2 crazy Malkavians, and our strong protector. I wonder what season 2 will bring us.
Hold on to your wits and awareness for now. But it is safe to say that she has won. So far. But when there are makers and breakers in the world of darkness, other kindreds, some just as old as Elizabeth, Vice, and Lazarus make their moves, finding it easy to slumber until a hornet's nest is kicked, and then, well, then those ancient kindred that were fine to live the next mortal lifetime in silence awaken. Not that they were ever slumbering, information being something of a forefront in their repertoire, their talents, and our coterie has a habit of never giving up, of continuing to press forward even when it has been peeled raw and left burned in the sun in a way that requires no direct sunlight. And so, Jericho and Viola, with the guidance and the sure hand of Dr. Xirus Fletcher, you have made your own. Neither Anarch nor Camarilla, you stand in a zone that belongs to the Prince, the Baron, the Lord, Xirus. But everywhere else in Salem tells a different tale. And this tale has caused problems. Problems for kindreds that walk the streets, that keep an eye on all things that move in the night. Kindreds that move at the king's side. Like a rook. You have taken notice. Elizabeth, once a spy, a nobody, a curious name with some vile power. Elizabeth. Now she is queen. Now she is prince. And Salem is hers. But Salem is not hers through her power alone, though many would argue that it is. It is very rare in the history of the world of darkness that an insurrection such as this happens seemingly overnight. Previous Baron and his entire network gone. His allies, too afraid to make a stand against the new power that has pushed into the dark streets of Salem and set up their tolls, their taxes, their rights. But let us not forget that there are kindred just as old that have a particular way of life. There are kindreds young that do not like being pushed around. And the rumors spread by Jericho, Viola, and Dr. Fletcher's new childer are rife. Let us go back to that fateful night at the end of Season 1. What you saw, audience, coterie, was not the full story, for roles were made in secret, and a diabolical plan hatched. Xirus. He has only recently expired, and you have but moments. Do you use your scalpel or your teeth at your wrist?
I think he'll do what he can. So
all surgical tools?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless there's absolutely nothing else I can do.
Surgical tools are fine. So I will describe what happens for everyone else because Xirus and his player Val already know. So Coterie and chat. Xirus lifts the limp body of Kyler, barely expired, bites him once, and then using his scalpel bleeds across his torso, drawing sigils, and then into his mouth. And as Kyler's body begins to shudder, Xirus lifts him and carries him away. The surgery to put his body together so that he is not a broken kindred every night is extensive. But in the face of such loss, Xirus cannot lose someone that he came, though annoying, to care for. Upon completion of the surgery, Kyler will need stitches every night he rouses the blood. Kyler will need to learn to control the beast as he awakens as a Tremere kindred several nights following the loss. The adjustment is difficult. Difficult because Kyler is not the only one that has changed. Julia is in torpor. She resides next to Mads. The events that led up to her falling into that nightmare hell are not something Dr. Fletcher enjoys remembering. It is something he tries not to remember, in fact, though he visits his daughter daily, or rather nightly. And always, Kyler is there. And not far from Julia is Mads. In torpor, lost somewhere, though her body bears no more marks of pain and suffering, Xirus has seen to it her mind has fractured. And Jericho. For a year and a half, you have tried to reach Blythe. You have tried to feel. And after the initial several weeks of adjusting to your new, thinly veiled unlife, she is nowhere. You cannot find her. What happened to Vice is hard to describe. But he's gone. And being unable to bear the loss of both Mads O'Shea and Vice Kane, Lazarus fell into frenzy and madness. With a 2, a 4, and a 4, all of you make a rouse check as you awaken for the night. Question for you, Val. Are you at the hospital, your manor, or are you at your new safe house location? Choice is yours.
I think I will be at the new safe house.
Okay. It is a large manor, though the manor part boasts underground facilities. Up above the surface, it appears to be a ranch-style single floor, but below it is deep. All of you hear the sound of the staple gun with your wits and awareness and all of you are aware that it is simply Kyler. Stapling parts of himself back into some semblance of normal for him. The powerful ka-chick pow, ka-chick pow. And then his grunts as he re-breaks his spine into place. Where do all of you rest? Starting with Val. What does it look like where you awake for the night?
Well, Xirus, he'll probably be at his desk. Lots of late days. Working, planning, studying. A mess of papers at his desk and the light still on. Yeah. He wakes up to the sounds.
Okay. Where does Jericho wake up in this new safe place?
I think his room is kept pretty simple. He's got, he's got his bed. He's got a few small pictures on the wall that he took from Blythe's original apartment. And he looks at every evening.
You hear a plaintive meow as Mads' cat leaps on your chest.
I pet.
Your door is slightly ajar. The cat stays with Kyler and his cat. But they're particularly friendly and seem to greet you every time you awaken.
Good evening to you too. Did you miss me? I give him scritches.
Simple myopic blink and then licking of the paw, only for it to turn, rub against you, and then trot out into the hallway where you hear the pop of more bones being put into place.
I think he'll, get up, decide what he's wearing for the day, and head on out into the hall.
Okay. Quick meanwhile, Viola.
First question, do I wake up alone?
Yes.
All right, so Viola stretches out and she just sighs a bit and she opens up the night table, takes out a letter, reads it in, and then just smiles to herself. She's like, all right, we're gonna start the day. And her bed, she doesn't make her bed or anything, it's just these beautiful, like, super high thread couch sheets. Her walls are adorned with, like, different photos from, like, abandoned buildings, and then there's some photos of, like, the desert, of, like, Turkey, of, like, Egypt, like, just, like, kind of, like, Middle Eastern. And then, is the room big enough for a table?
Yep.
Yeah, there's a table, and just on it is just a laptop, like 2 phones, some papers, lots of sticky notes. On one wall there is like photos of like different news clippings, kind of like different like fashion designers, just like different names of like kindred and mortals alike, keeping tabs. And she's like, oh dear, did I schedule the post that we needed to do? I wonder if the meeting is gonna be alright. I should be fine, I can get ready. And there's the mess on the table, and she kind of looks around satisfied, and she's like, maybe we'll see him today. Alright, gotta check on everybody. And so she gets dressed quickly because she takes showers before she goes to sleep. And she goes out in the hallway to check on everyone.
Okay. As you step out in the hallway, you see Jericho, and the both of you hear the final crunch and snap and the staple. And then a song starts to play. And you know that Kyler must be in a annoying mood.
Good evening, Jericho. Did you sleep well? Enough?
He shrugs. You know, same old, same old. You?
I guess a little bit of the same. Same old, same old. And she kind of reaches out and like grabs his arm and gives it a squeeze, and she's like, tomorrow's today. Today is another day. Just take it one day at a time. All right, let's see what this. Let's see. I'm gonna check on him before he gets into more
Kyler's door
trouble.
slides open. Morning, bitches! And he's
Oh, morning to you, bastard.
He's wearing a tank top and a button down, and he's got some sunglasses on his head. His hair is longer? You think he might have glued extensions in because there's like big white chunks and then this like long, and he's like, I'm trying out a John Wick thing. What do you think?
Oh, Lord. First of all, you need a tailored suit, not that cheap $25 one you got off the bargain bin.
Whoa. Don't fucking hate me for my thrifty wifty, okay? Jeez. Anyways,
Listen,
how's it look?
Masquerade.
I can't tell in the back. And he drops the button down and lifts up the tank top, and it's a mess of staples.
Oh. Are you sure you don't want Xirus or anyone at the hospital?
I got it now. I have. Look it. And he pulls up the ruler that has the stapler gun attached to it. That's like this foul machinations to like staple the back. I'm good. I just want. There's just a little pinch. It's kind of annoying, okay?
Well, I mean, other than your obvious pinch there, it looks alright.
Nice. As long as the ladies would still want to fuck me. That's all that matters.
Maybe,
God.
maybe keep your shirt on for that.
Yeah, it's such a bummer now. Oh, but he
alright.
turns around before he does look, and he put staples as nipple rings. Fun, huh? And then he puts the shirt down.
Very industrial.
I thought it was kind of cool. Anyways, we should check with the big box. You know what? I actually had a ping go off at the old location. I think somebody's interested in meeting. But anyways, I'll tell the boss. You guys coming? And he still has that like lanky kind of drawly way of walking. And it's only then that you notice he's actually got cowboy boots and spurs on. Ka-chink shing, ka-chink shing, ka-chink shing.
God. This is a fashion travesty.
Leave me alone. They were $5.
Can't decide if he's John Wick or Clint Eastwood.
Indeed.
Should get a hat and go with that.
Oh,
They
that's
follow
such a good idea. There's one hard knock. Xirus, you up? And then Kyler just opens your door.
Yes, good morning.
Hey, boss. You look good.
And you look.
Sporty,
What have you
trendy,
done?
sexy, attractive, handsome, roguish, cowboy-y. John Wick.
Look, Kyler, I told you, do not use our material so freely on yourself.
He pulls out one of the hair extensions that's got. Sorry, and he sets the hair on your desk. Sorry.
He, gives him that look, you better pick that up.
He picks it
Don't
up.
leave it on my desk.
He picks it up. Where do you want me to put it, boss?
Not here.
Puts it in
Anyways,
puts it in his pocket.
do you have news for me?
Kyler looks over at Jericho and Viola first.
I just got up. I got nothing. Oh, you know what? I even forgot to check my phone. You think after a year and a half I'd figure this out? Hold on, I'll be right back. Run back, get my phone. Come back. I don't know. Anything important on my phone when I check it? I don't know what I'm in charge of.
You have a message from Ashley, and you also have the ping from Kyler. It's got like a little chess piece picture in it, and there's like a meetup location.
Just holding my phone. I don't know. I got this thing from Kyler.
Oh, yeah, that's the guy that you were talking to last week. The one who's also not okay with the big E's, hostile takeover. Fucking bitch.
Right. So he wants to talk?
Yeah, but he wants to talk to you because apparently I'm annoying. Guy has no taste.
Some people just can't handle
You know
his
who do want
personality.
Exactly. But Xirus, get this, and he pulls out a small computer. Check it out. And he opens it up, and he goes to show you a picture, and it's like really blurry. It's a street. There's a single guy. He's got round glasses. This guy. I reached out to this guy, and he wants to talk to me, but I think he wants to talk to me in a way that he doesn't realize that I don't want to talk to him in. So, I gave him the location of the old place, and then he kind of glances at Viola with a little and I was hoping someone could come with me so I don't have to talk to him alone.
Are you afraid he's gonna hit on you?
Dude, look at him! Look at it! And it's just blurry, black and white photo. Like, he turns it around.
I don't see a whole lot.
What do you mean?
Well, a lot to work with here.
What? The text messages! Look it! This one, it's got like a wet emoji and a tongue emoji and says says something in French that I don't know.
Parlez-vous français?
Okay, well, then you could tell me what it means.
Alright, listen, I learned the most important things in French, and that's ménage à trois. And that's it.
Okay, wait, I know what that means. That's the three-way plug-in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with that, but not with this guy! Dude, look at his text messages.
Listen, the English don't fuck with the French.
Look it! And then he changes to fucking Arabic! Who does this on their phone?
Oh, Lord.
Right, so...
At least your guy is just straightforward, Jericho.
So how about the two of you go talk to this,
Well, I was hoping all of us could go, just in case, boss.
Oh.
I'm not scared or nothing. I mean, why would I be?
And have you, vetted them? Check their backgrounds.
Okay, look, about that. I couldn't find anything. So they must be, like, pretty decent, right? Because usually... Well, because Elizabeth doesn't have somebody like me. So, I'm thinking these are players. Like, I'm thinking they don't like that she's kicked the hornet's nest. It's just maybe taken a while for them to... find us.
Alright. Very well. We should go together, just to be safe.
Alright, I'm down for a group trip into town.
And then after that, we can go to the warehouse and steal the bombs. Because we're still doing that, right?
Perhaps.
Well, I mean, the Second Inquisition, they have a whole fucking warehouse of just dynamite waiting. I vetted we could do it. Maybe it's the first job we take these two guys on.
And this is where, we should know who we're working with first. Before we decide this.
What's the worst that could happen? They blow up themselves and us?
I'd rather not blow up the people who are potentially our allies.
Well, I
would rather not blow us up.
The ugliest cat
agree.
ever, that's long-haired and like a flat face and like just like sweaty, jumps up on your desk and is like, meow. And Kyler picks up his mom's cat. Sorry, boss.
Yes. I said, no pets inside my office, please.
Yeah. He puts her out in the hall and shuts the door. I'm just saying.
But
Sorry.
the worst possible outcome is they are working for Elizabeth already.
Yeah, but I think they're zeroed out. Like, I couldn't find fucking shit on him. I mean, this guy.
And that's why I'm worried, right?
I mean, yeah, but the thing is like her cybersecurity is fucking balls. Ever since Viola fucked that one guy, and then has them all in her fan club, dude, she's out. He's in our corner now. I mean, not that you actually fucked him, Viola, but, you know, like, Magic Twinkle Toes over here, as soon as she, like, showed him her grippers, right?
Listen, you don't need to fuck someone. You just have to be very persuasive.
Okay, well, your persuasive gripper action, because I know that guy's got a foot fetish. I looked up his OnlyFans stuff.
Oh, trust me, it's more than just.
So I'm thinking, I'm 80% sure, boss. 80%. And I don't know. Ever since Alistair's been kind of on the fucking fence.
Very well.
Is green light?
Well, let's go meet them first, all right?
Okay, and then we'll talk about raiding the warehouse and getting the bombs.
Yes, just make sure we are prepared for that.
Fuck yeah. Okay. Second piece of the meeting. I got it, everybody. Hold on. And he's like touch screening, and he's like, okay. So the second part I've got is finishing the renovations in Kadal's basement. Do you need me to bring in the other workers tonight, boss? And get them started, or would you rather us be here when that happens?
At least one of us here.
Okay, well then I won't call him. Okay, let's see here. Oh, I got a McAvee. Does that name ring to anybody? All of you roll intelligence and insight. Coy McAvee? I just have his name. I didn't actually write any notes on him. I put a sandwich emoji. Huh, weird.
Yeah, I got 3 successes and a skull! Haha! Yay!
Okay, so I've got a 2. I've got a 1. Go ahead and post your results in the Roll20 for me.
Okay.
Okay, so 2 and 3. Okay, so with a 3, Viola, you remember that it's actually someone else from Elizabeth's, a human in Elizabeth's cybersecurity team that needs to be brought over to your side.
Okay.
He actually works at something called Fat Daddy's Computers.
Alright.
And he's just a kid, but he's the reason the McAfee was Kyler making a joke, but his name is actually Coy.
You mean Kyler? Are you teasing Coy?
I don't remember who that is.
Listen,
I only have a
just
sandwich
kid.
emoji and McAfee. I don't know who this bozo is, but he's on the list to do today.
His name is Coy, and he works at this computer place, Fat Boy.
Oh,
what?
Fat Daddy's Computers! Yeah.
that.
That's the place that I was... Yeah.
We need him on our side, though.
That should definitely be the name of a pizza joint, not a computer joint.
It does
I
both.
couldn't
Pizza
agree
in the
more.
back. Computers in the front.
What?
Yeah. Remember, me, you, and Ashley went.
Business. Oh, that's the
But we didn't
place?
go to the... Yeah, we didn't go to the computer. Yeah, when I went to the bathroom, I went to the computer side.
Business in the front, party in the back.
I'm
I
also
see,
sorry I
see.
ditched you for so long, but you didn't seem to mind too much. Anyways, getting a little distracted. Which guy do we go
Well-
see first?
Which is closer?
Yeah, let's deal with it one at a time.
They're both equal
Like-
distance.
Are you kidding me?
You have to
Do you
choose.
have a scheduled time for the
I
meetup?
mean, yeah, is
I scheduled them kind of conveniently, like one after the other. But
Okay,
I
then which
feel like
one's?
I feel like mystically it doesn't matter which one we pick first. It just so happens that whichever one we pick,
All right.
I'm 80% sure magic will just happen.
right. Well, we need Xirus, we need the boy. He's important.
Well, yeah, I mean Koi, but he's not one of the kindred. He's immortal. He's gonna be easy peasy lemon squeezy.
All right, then.
The only thing that's not gonna be easy peasy is the fact that there's a bunch of kindreds watching him.
Well, let's go take care of the one that you're afraid to see by yourself.
Oh my god, I am.
That
Dude,
way, and
you
then
should
that
see
way,
his text
if-
messages to me.
I actually would love to. That probably would be very entertaining reading. And then after we talk to him, then if anyone needs to split off and do anything else this evening, they can, and then I can go talk to the gentleman that I was gonna go talk to. How's that sound?
And then we'll deal with.
No, we should go.
Smalls
We
work.
should go together as both.
Fine.
Oh, okay. I was just saying, if anyone needed to go do something, they could.
I'm in. Let's go.
I'm not saying I have to. go.
Shotgun!
All right,
And he
let's-
closes the computer and starts running.
Jericho, you shouldn't go by yourself.
Shotgun!
We're not. No, we're not going by ourselves. We're all going to see what's his bucket right now.
There is a visible sigh of relief. Like, you could tell that Viola tensed up when you even brought up going by yourself.
I mean, he goes places by himself all the time.
That's different.
Oh. It's different. Alright, I'm gonna feed the cats on my way out. Make sure they've got their din-din.
Okay. You basically give them their like senior vitality food because they have an automatic feeder.
Yeah, oh yeah, there we go.
So you
I
just
give
kind of
them their
mix it
senior
in, put
vitality.
some water in there, put their little kitty
Yeah.
medications, you know.
Give them both pets.
Yeah, Kyler's already
Yeah,
cleaned out
right.
their cat boxes.
You guys be real good this evening. We'll be back.
Yeah, I talked to Xirus first and be like, Xirus, is there anything you need from me? You okay? And just grabs his hand.
Oh.
Yes, will be good. Just trying not to let Kyler lead the conversations.
Yes, of course. Also, Xirus, you need to. You have a bed for God's sakes. You can't just keep falling asleep at your desk. You're gonna end up
No.
like Kyler.
Well, that would be troublesome. But there's plenty to do. Come on.
She nods, and walks out the room with him.
Okay. Kyler's in the shotgun. He's not driving. Unless
Hold on.
he's made
hold
to
on.
slide over and drive. He will. He's really good at it.
I can drive.
That means Xirus and Viola in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You guys head to the old hospital. You occasionally still use it. However, we're going to take a quick BRB right here for water. And we're back. Dexterity and drive, Jericho.
Ooh, that's a 4. I've become quite the driver in my year and a half. Thank
Oh.
you very much.
Are you guys ready to meet the new character?
Dun, 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 dun.
All right, Sly.
What?
Go ahead and
Shit,
describe
what?
your character. Oh, yeah. Describe what you look like. Sorry, I was drinking water.
Okay. Am I introducing myself?
They're pulling up in a car, a sedan, well, like a mini
Okay.
SUV.
Okay.
If you
so
plan
just
to
describe
like
what it looks like.
shack up with them at all, maybe you have a suitcase. If not, maybe you don't. Maybe who
Oh,
knows?
he's not carrying anything.
Okay, go ahead and describe what you
Oh,
look
yeah.
like.
As you pull up, you see a tall man. He is thin yet muscular, and on his face is a devilish smile. In the corner of his mouth is an unlit cigarette. His features are sharp. He's quite pale, and he's wearing round sunglasses, even though it is dark outside. He's covered in tattoos. His hair is styled to perfection, slicked back in a very fashionable way. And he is impeccably dressed in a modern suit, a button-up with a dress shirt. No, he's got on a black vest. There's no tie, as his shirt is quite... it's unbuttoned quite deep, so you can see the tattoo that's in between his chest. His suit jacket is just laying over his shoulders, and he has a lighter in his hand as he goes to light his cigarette. He's just watching, kind of somewhat hidden in the shadows. And that smile's just alluring.
That's the guy, I think. And then Kyler opens his door. I don't want to go first.
I'll get out at the same time as Kyler.
Yeah,
I got your back.
Okay, you good.
Good.
As you walk out, he lights his cigarette and takes a deep drag. And the lighter...
The rasp lights his face. Like a flare.
You sure know how to find them, Kyler.
This guy, I think he could be an ally.
I guess we'll find out. And,
Evening.
Yeah, she just follows.
Any question? Kyler just hastily says, "Any questions maybe you have for this guy? We should just get him out right now." But I think chief among them should be like, "Why do you hate Elizabeth? And why do you want her to drown like the rest of us?" Okay, cool.
Exactly like that.
Also, I'm not Kyler. Call me T-Rex.
What does it call you?
T-Rex.
That's my name.
T-Rex.
Codename T-Rex. Little T.
All right.
Little T?
Little T with the big
Little
Rex arms.
T.
Yeah, that's me. Okay. And he walks up. Hey!
Evening.
Pleasure to
Good
meet
evening.
you, Mr. I guess I should
My,
ask you.
Is that you, Kyler, back there?
I'm Little T.
This here is T-Rex.
Oh, my sweet, sweet Kyler, trying to hide from me. Oh, such a darling. And the rest of you.
I forgot
Pleasure to
to
meet
mention,
you.
he's also an information broker. He pretty much knows everything about me since I was a little boy.
So he does your job better than you?
Hey.
The gentleman is 3 feet in front of us, friends.
Well, it seems like you already know who we are.
He steps forward and he takes your hand, Viola. You know, in all my travels, I've never encountered anyone quite like you. Your presence is intoxicating. I look
Flattery.
forward to sharing a drink with you. If you will allow, of course. Viola Loveridge.
Charmed.
Well, good evening. Kyler, I'm assuming these are your friends?
Yeah. He just swallows.
So,
You may call me Xavier.
Xavier, you say?
Really? All right,
You are-
Xavier.
Allow me first to express my deepest condolences for your losses.
At that, Viola twitches and narrows her eyes. Why, thank you for being so gracious with your condolences. Now, let's get to the point, shall we? Since you already know all of us, I want to know why.
Why what, darling?
Why now? Why us?
Why now, why us? I think you'll have to share more. And he takes another drag off his cigarette.
I mean, I don't think that woman is that suspicious, is it? I mean, we have been kind of laying low.
Well, he reached. So, Rex or Kyler, who reached out to who first?
Kyler looks at Xavier.
All right, Xavier. Clearly, you have intentions. And if you don't want to reveal them, that's fine. But let me make this clear. I don't trust you. But if you're with us, maybe that'll change.
I don't expect you to trust me.
Trust is a dangerous thing in this world.
Of course. I would know.
What can you offer?
What can't I offer? You see, I understand you wish to carve out your place in this unpredictable world, and I simply admire your ambition. As I'm sure Kyler has mentioned, have countless connections. Perhaps we can be of aid to each other. Perhaps we can outmaneuver those who think they hold power. You see, I quite enjoy a game of chess, my friends. Every single piece in its place. And it seems to me you recently came out of a loss. A checkmate. And I'd like to help you get out of it.
You say you're a information broker.
I never said anything.
Did you not just say that a moment ago? Or is that Kyler?
T-Rex said that, specific term.
Well, I'm assuming there's something you want out of this transaction working with us.
I'm sure we could offer each other a few pieces of knowledge. We could, well, I'd say rise above the chaos, but in all fairness, you must first stir the pot before new, shall I call them, new recipes can be made. I mean, I've heard many things about you. Let me guess. Dr. Xirus Fletcher.
Yes. Still, I don't
Establishing
believe you
a new
answered
order.
my question.
Oh, my apologies, friend. Please do ask again.
What is it you get out of this working with us? I understand information is very powerful. It is something that apparently you have much of. But what can we provide for you? What is it that you seek?
I mean, this is simply a step towards true freedom, is it not? I'm not one
Freedom?
for freedom.
From what?
I don't quite respect the current hand of God that resides over this city.
Funny that you call it the hand of God. God left a long time ago.
And yet we still have somebody who sits on their precious little throne, acting as if they are God. I respect power. I respect talent, both of which I believe you can have and do have, Xirus. And I believe that I can help you gain an advantage and take control of, well, whatever it is you desire. I would just like to aid. Lend a hand. Join the hunt.
Your goal is to help dethrone.
I'd rather call it outmaneuver. I'd rather call it reveling in the chaos. And perhaps find a new way for us to live in society.
Well, if
I
you
see.
want to revel in the chaos, then we should just flip the whole chessboard, right? Right off the table.
You catch on quite quick.
Yeah, well, I'm down for that, but... And, Kyler gets a little emotional. You're good at finesse, right?
Are you suggesting something, my sweet boy?
Kyler glances at Xirus. He gives you a little nod. She has someone really important to me.
Who did you lose?
I mean... my best friend.
There, Viola, you can tell, is like, her hand is in a fist. And she's like, Kyla, we don't know him. He's a stranger. But you've given us something to go on, which is
telling
better
you.
than nothing.
80%. I trust him 80%.
It's the other 20%. And I should know.
But we don't gain anything unless we try. Right?
And this is me trying.
Well, I'm
We're
lowering
here.
I'm putting my weapons down, Xavier. If you're who I think you are, and I'm pretty sure you are, the guy's basically my husband. I mean, I've been with him for years. I need inside her gilded cage. And if you can promise that, then I'll put in a good word with the boss. If you can't promise that you can help us get him back, then I'm gonna have to ask you to lose my number.
Marquis pulls down his glasses. You can see his eyes are a bright, sparkling green. And he looks at every single person. He slightly nods his head to Kyler, and then he looks at Jericho. And who did you lose?
My other half. My sister.
And
My
you,
everything.
you lost a part of yourself. Is that right? And he turns and he looks at Viola. And how about you? Who did you lose?
Play nice, and maybe you'll find out. Just
So you
glares at
expect
him.
me to open up and share with you my reasons, but you are unwilling to do the same.
You
Interesting.
have already given me enough reason. I'm not asking you to open up. I'm asking. I've already asked, or Xirus has already asked his question. Have you given me an answer? And that's been good enough.
He pushes his glasses back up and then he looks at Xirus. And you, Doctor. Who did you lose?
Well, in times such as these, war, everyone loses something great. But I'm hearing is you lost something as well.
And you would be right. There is a reason that Kyler and I have been in contact, and no, it was not merely for the sense of flirting, although that was fun. but I'm not a fan of the one that calls himself God and sits in their throne. She threatened my family. And I'm pretty sure, Doctor, it was you and your friends who hired my husband.
Viola does a double take.
Who's your husband?
Wits and intelligence, everybody.
I got a 1.
Okay, so I've got... Okay, there we go. 1, 2, and 4. Okay. Xirus, you remember Vincent. The guy that used the cover of his paperback in the laundromat.
The one we promised some money towards his family.
Yep,
Do we know what happened to him since then?
you don't. There have been rumors that assassination attempt was tried, but no one will speak of it publicly. To speak of anything publicly like that against the prince, well, that could end in a blood hunt. Your life on the whim of the prince. But in the underground, where you all tend to work, the would-be assassin was diablerized. But Vincent was not a kindred. So, you know that that rumor is false. Probably propaganda from the prince to incite fear and obedience from the local kindred. Kyler will then say, I get it.
As I said, we live in a world of chaos.
Is he alive, or... Never mind. You're one of the reasons she hasn't been able to finish the shit she was doing, right?
Listen, my dear friends. I am not a stranger. I'm an ally in the shadows. My intentions are crystal clear. I offer you my expertise. I offer you my support in these endeavors. And as we said earlier, and he looks at Viola, trust is not given lightly. But rest assured that I will not let the fake god continue to sit on her throne, taking out pawn by pawn and placing us in check.
Very well. Well, if you are one of much information, do you know anything about Kyler? Do you know, show him the other one we've been to meet today.
Oh, yeah. He calls himself the Rook.
Perfect for my chess metaphor, wouldn't you say?
He kind of gets a little smirk.
Kind of wild.
I mean, there's a reason I used the chess metaphor in the first place. And he pulls down his glasses and he winks. So you're here to ask me about Rook. What about him?
What do you know?
Other than he killed Elizabeth's mages, the ones that were gathering kindred so she could expel them. You're looking at a man who's quite skilled in the world down under.
That alone sounds like a good enough resume for me. Taking out Elizabeth's mages.
Seems capable, yes.
I will just say his personality. Rather, he's not quite as charming as yours truly.
Well, not everyone can be born with charm.
I would just say to watch your step. That's all. But if you can convince him to join your little escapade, and he kind of like flutters his hand in the air as he says escapade, you could find yourself with very, very strong ally.
Works for me. Is she gonna move
Very
on,
well.
shall we?
It's good to know.
And then Kyler leans over Xirus. Can I ask him a question freely?
Just, he nods.
Hey, Xavier.
He's looking around. He's not even like, he's not acknowledging his name.
Xavier? Buddy. Yo. Home slice. You. Hey. And Kyler moves into your field of view. Hello?
Yes, Kyler? How can I help you?
Why didn't you respond to your name?
What name?
Xavier.
Who's Xavier?
You.
Oh lord. Is this another Malkavian?
No, hi, Xavier, I'm not sure who that is. I'm Philip.
Kyler just glances back at the coterie.
Jericho, like, quirks an eyebrow. Oh.
Excuse me. Hello. Do you remember the conversation we just had?
Of course I do, my dear Viola.
Alright, so do you change names how often? And are you going to tell us?
I haven't changed any names. My name's been Philip from the start. Where have you
Oh
been?
god. Alright. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna walk to the car and you can join us on this little field trip to check out on Rook, or you can stay here and twiddle your thumbs. As she turns to the car, just does not have time to deal with this.
So, Xirus?
Yes. I believe we have, understanding so far.
He puts
Keep
out his
in
hand.
contact with Kyler. And he reaches for your hand.
And he grabs it, and he kind of pulls you forward a little bit. I like that you chose to take a stand, Dr. Fletcher. I look forward to seeing what you do next. And he lets go.
Well, you'll see firsthand as you'll be there.
I don't think I've had this much fun in quite some time. How daring.
Kyler at this point has lost his question and is now rethinking everything he was thinking about asking you and just makes his way back to the car.
Well, there's room in the car if you want to come along this evening. If we're going to be working together, might as well hang out a little bit and, I don't know, brush elbows and gets in his elbows, shoulders, I don't know. Anyway, you're welcome.
It would be an honor to join you. Do I get to sit beside Kyler? I think I'd quite enjoy that.
Shotgun!
Well, he's
Across the front.
No! Oh!
Oh yeah, Viola's already sitting in the shotgun.
Damn it!
She headed to the car.
He opens the door and he's like, fuck! And he shuts it and he gets in the back.
I suppose you can. So I'm driving.
By the way, Viola would be checking her messages, emails, like just doing to see if there's anything new.
Okay. So far, night's been quiet, but it's only the beginning. Jericho, you driving?
I am.
Xirus, you allow Philip, Xavier, Philip to get in the car with you?
Is he joining along?
Jericho just invited him.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're sitting... Are you sitting in the middle, or are you letting Philip sit in the middle?
No, I'd take a window seat.
Damn. Okay. So he's right... So Philip's right there in the middle.
I kind of love it.
It's exciting.
Oh my god, bro.
Kyler closes his legs and you just find yourself spreading so that your knees are touching, and he's like, good. Yeah.
He just kind of leans in and whispers in his ear, "Don't worry, it's all just a game. You're not really my type."
Are you lying?
Oh, absolutely.
Are you like?
Oh my god, that's funny.
He just leans against the window and looks out. You've caused the new kindred's blush of life to activate, which you find kind of cute. Inside, he's just a small bunny crying, screaming, throwing up, going feral, confused. I thought I was straight. Am I not? I don't know. Okay, what's your dexterity and drive?
Got a 3.
Okay. You can't help but start quoting some random facts as you drive. The quietness is just too much to bear. So.
Oh, throwback to same episode. He absolutely has like Bad Moon Rising playing on the radio. Did you know that giraffes are 30 times more likely to get hit by lightning than people? Because they're so damn tall.
Well, that's a new one.
Yeah, pretty wild.
Quite.
Yeah.
Do you have any facts
And
about otters?
About otters.
Yeah. Kyler just
Other than
says
the fact
from the
that they're
back.
freaking cute.
Well, they're my favorite animal. I just...
Oh, all right. Well, they hold on, let me think. I've read a lot of things. Well, by read I mean I've scrolled a lot of, internet.
You've scrolled a lot of internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's called interneting. Old kindreds don't really do it. Like Xirus doesn't do it.
Did you know with
All
right, I've got a cute one. I've got a cute one. Did you know that some otters hold hands with another otter while they're sleeping?
Oh, how sweet, Kyler. Would you like to hold my hand while you sleep? We
No.
can be two cute otters together.
I don't sleep. I just die, and then I get reanimated.
Oh,
God,
but
I
we can
wish you
call
would
it
Put
sleeping.
it that way.
We
But
can
that's
do
what it
other
is.
things
Hey,
besides sleeping.
hold on. I got a question. Doc.
Skylar,
Okay, boss. I know. Just don't fire me. I mean, okay. Have you ever sent a dick pic?
That is a super random question.
No. I'm asking because you're like, you're an older kindred, and you just, you don't. I'm just wondering.
I'm going to pretend I did not hear that.
Oh, come on.
Did you know? Because, ever since we've been with Jericho, I've been trying to, look these things up. Did you know tigers primarily hunt deer, but they only need to eat really like once a week?
Oh, I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Are we just sharing random facts?
Yeah, do you have any?
Cloud weighs around 1,000,000 tons.
Whoa! It looks so light and fluffy.
Or is it?
Is this
Anyway.
some kind of game you enjoy playing?
It just tends to do what I'm driving. Sorry.
But no, let me join in. Hold on. Did you know that the Eiffel Tower can be 15 centimeters taller during the summer because of thermal expansion caused by the heat?
I
Quite
did know
fascinating,
that
isn't it?
one.
Also, it's pretty fun when you have people doing the Eiffel Tower.
Is anybody else still wondering if Doc's done anything like salacious on his phone? Because I am.
You're wondering if... I'm sure somebody like you could find that information
Yeah, but I'm too
quite
respectful.
easily, Kyler.
I'd rather just ask outright, hey, Doc, you got a OnlyFeet fans?
An only
She
feet
completely
fan?
ignores.
Listen.
Just continue.
Listen, Kyla,
Continues
if
on
he
the same.
did, I would be the one organizing it and I would know. Trust me.
Oh,
It's very
does he?
lucrative.
You would probably
no.
leak it to the press, Just for
But
little...
yes, just for press reasons. But believe me, he has his fans.
Well, he's so handsome and dark and like has a deep voice. I just thought, you
Oh.
could probably make a lot of money.
Oh, voice kink
Oh,
is
I
really a
know.
thing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
okay, wait. Doc, say it to me. You're a good girl.
I'm
Got her.
looking. in
Viola,
the
Please.
Viola
mirror.
Boss!
just arches an eyebrow.
Boss, please. Just say once.
I'll give you one warning. Just the ruins.
All right, he sits back.
Oh,
Must have been all
Xirus,
those
you should just
years
pull
wearing
that
a
stick
tie.
out of your ass and have a little fun.
He's he's
someone's-
being as charming as he usually is. This is fun.
He turns to Kyler and he just whispers, "Such a good little boy, aren't you?"
Ah! Ah! I don't want to play this game anymore. I don't want to play this game anymore. And that's about the time you pull up. Inu.
Kyler like jumps out of the car.
He does.
Yes.
You see this Frankenstein-looking motherfucker just fall out of this large sedan, this like mid-size SUV, and then just go running, leaving the door wide open. And then a slew of other individuals step out of the car. Go ahead and describe what you look like.
Rook is standing outside of a bar, enjoying a drink and a cigarette. Standing there in a suit. It's a little roughed up. It's got his, is that red? Or is it a brown? That's a brown tie, a little loose. Looks like he's covered in a little bit of blood, standing there with his gray hair pulled back. He's just like, great. More individuals. He's got a perpendicular like scar under his left eye. And he's just standing there waiting. He doesn't even light his own cigarette, he just tucks it behind his ear and just sips his drink quietly and waiting.
Viola's gonna activate heightened senses because they're in a more public area, so she's gonna just go to the others and say, "Keep a lookout," and just gets out of the car and walks over to this individual.
Okay, before you head over, Doc clears his throat.
Yes, Viola. Keep an
Yes.
eye on the group. Make sure again. Kyler doesn't take lead. I'll be back. Have to step away.
Wait, are you going alone?
Big
Are you
boss
sure?
Yes.
business.
You
Trust
sure
me.
don't want someone to come with you?
When
I will be
you...
fine.
I need everyone to roll. That's in the coterie, wits and awareness. You're not quite yet in the coterie, Inu, but go ahead and roll.
Okie dokie.
Go.
What are we rolling?
Yeah,
Wits...
you're not one of the crew yet, you know.
Yeah, Inu. You don't get asked questions by the NPC if you sent pictures.
You said wits and awareness?
Yeah. Perception
Oh
checks.
god, I threw dice everywhere. I got 3.
Heightened senses gives you an extra dice.
Don't
Alright.
forget we have
Oh,
the dice
shit.
box to use too.
Oh shit, that's right. Let me. One more of those. Oh, thank God. Okay. Because that was a 4. Okay. 6. I was like, I rolled 8 dice. I should get some numbers here.
Okay, I left you a note on the reverse side of your sheet. You should be able to see that. Okay, so I've got 3, and then I've got 6. How much did, oh no, Xirus already knows. Jericho?
Oh, I typed it in there. I only got 2.
Okay, 7. Okay. 4 and above. So,
Not me.
Viola and Philip.
Lamo.
Viola and fucking Philip. Viola, you see a familiar figure. Brooding, tall, dark, dressed in his typical large leather coat, wearing his normal leather gloves. Only his hair is pulled back, and it looks like his mouth is damaged The bottom lip split in two and very swollen.
Oh, it takes all of her willpower to just not go over to him. She's
You now understand why Xirus needs to go.
yeah. She again, clenching her hands, one of her hands in a fist. She's like, it. Just she relaxes and she's like, "All right, Xirus, I got it. Go."
Okay? As Xirus leaves, the two of you, Marquis and Viola, watch. And you overhear, like the wind has plucked their words and brought them over to you whispering, as Kadal says, I bring news from Lazarus Kane.
Yes.
I will go with you, just in case. But I am unfinished with the other parts of dinner. She still owns most of Alistair Knox's ghouls and kindred.
Yes. I'm very much aware of that and worried.
But Lazarus will only talk to you.
Do you think he is together?
His blood bond
Does he have
is
self-control?
weakened. But he is more feral than I have ever seen a Ventru, which is curious. And then Kadal makes a nod. Ah. So the Marquis has made a move. Good.
You can see Marquis in the back. He does a slight bow. Like the one where you furl the hand in front.
And then all he says is, come. And he holds out a gloved hand as he starts disappearing into mists of blood, encouraging you to do the same.
With one hand in his blazer pocket, and the other one he reaches out and grabs his hand and
And
joins
then
them.
You both break into mist, just bloody. As you vanish.
Viola just nods at the Marquis and goes over to Rook.
I didn't notice things, so I was definitely headed on over
Yeah,
to Rook
it's
to
just
begin with.
it's just 1 minute and then he's gone. Okay. So it's the four of you approaching Rook.
Evening.
Hello. What can I help you with that you've all busted out of a vehicle to come approach me?
Kyler's like somewhere off in the bushes.
Can a man not enjoy a drink out in front of a bar?
Sorry, I think we actually had an appointment.
Yes, apparently.
Correct.
Who's asking is the real question.
Depends on the
My
code
name's-
name Jericho used. I don't know.
Mr. Eastwood!
And then apparently
I
a
see.
possibly a T-Rex reached out
Nah,
to you.
Yeah,
I've been the one talking to him.
little T with the big Rex arms.
Little T.
Does he say that from the bush?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I would say we can talk in the bar, but kind of made a mess.
Rook, the stalwart defender of our kingdom's borders.
Well, unfortunately, you know who owns this bar, and I'm kind of mad. So, you know what I do. I clean house.
Of course, chaos of the battlefield.
Correct.
And how many were left to their breathing tonight?
Most of them were all ghouls. So, that's all there is.
All right, so what business do you have with us is the bigger question here.
I want to help. but it's the matter of, I don't know, the best way I can say I'm very angry that the current princedom is taking stuff from me, and I quite don't like that. And that's all I'm going to say.
Just
And
eyes
so-
the Marquis. It's like, I like him.
No, I don't like anybody.
You don't have to. That's why I like you. We have a common goal. And that's what matters.
From the bushes, Kyler's like, "What the fuck?" But the guy that I trust, you don't trust? Rude as hell. I mean, I don't actually trust him, but a little bit. But they literally said the same thing. Only this guy talks like he's a brutalizer, and the other guy says things like, "You're a good girl." I don't understand.
See, now I recognize the voice. You're the annoying one.
I'm not annoying. I'm just.
Viola.
I'm a little T with the big Rex arms.
He's such a cute little otter.
Anyways,
See,
Kyler gets a little quiet. Doesn't come out of the bush all the way.
We love him though.
the point is, you have a common goal. You don't ask questions unless needed.
but I already know most things about you all. As I'd point to Marquis, you know, him and I deal in the same field. I'm the more dark and gritty part. I clean up after all of you.
I'm
You
starting
leave a
to
mess.
find holes in our information network, Viola.
Oh.
It's not his responsibility.
I mean, it is part of our job to spread, you know, private rumors. That's what half your posts are.
Correct.
That part is true.
I mean, these two are just smart enough to fucking figure it out. That's why I kind of trust them. 80% at least.
answering the ad as per se.
Exactly. And then he gets out and he slides right up next to you, Viola, and like elbows you, but he's got like sticks in his hair. It's just covered in leaves. Eh?
He just takes a leaf and just flicks it off.
Why you hate me so much?
Well said.
But he's just teasing.
So is Rook what
Oh,
you
yeah.
like to go by?
That's what most people around here know me. My actual name doesn't matter. There's no purpose. It serves nothing.
I like your actual name. I thought it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Crow.
Well. The man who left is Xirus. This is Jericho. Or Clint Eastwood.
Mr.
well,
Mr.
Philip.
Clit Eastwood.
Could
Well,
you
this
Yeah.
could
God
for
damn
real
it.
right now? Gosh, just what get a good taste in film culture. Gee,
I was going to ask if you're referring to the Wild West Clint Eastwood or the music song originally, but it's whatever. Neither here nor there. So,
All right. So, you've offered your services, given us enough reason.
I mean, if you need proof of my services, he pushes open the door and you just see the whole bar's a wreck. It's like, yeah.
You just see, ha!
wow.
Another job well done. He's just clapping.
Someone spilled their
slowly.
drink on me.
You look like you punch a whole lot better than I do.
I was really mad. And now I'm covered in blood and someone's drink. It's annoying. When you collect information, you sit out in the open and then just listen. But that someone made a fool of themselves and thought they were better, even though I was collecting information on this particular area. And well, I went and made a mess.
Not subtle at all.
Right. Note to self: don't anger him. Gotcha.
I
Yes,
did
quite.
tell you to watch your step.
But I'm not here to argue or point fingers or make enemies of potential allies, per se. We all have a goal. Keep in mind. Correct?
Gives him a little
My-
like salute.
Viola reaches out her hand. Then one agreement.
Sorry, I'm covered in blood. I don't want to shake your hand and the blood get on you.
It's fine.
Wow, that's actually so polite of him.
Honestly,
Hey,
my hands are already dirty. You just don't see it.
I'm aware. I know what you are all capable of.
Man, I bet these guys know more about myself than I do. Holy moly.
Well,
I get paid
With
to
that-
deliver information, clean up things.
That's cool. So let's say we had and he starts to talk about the warehouse. Do either of you try to stop him?
I don't think we're supposed to be mentioning that quite yet, T-Rex.
I wouldn't be surprised if he already knows.
I mean, it probably does, but I don't know. Doc didn't seem really keen on us talking about it yet.
I rather think we shouldn't make a move without him. But at the same time, if we don't take any actions, nothing gets done. It's better than sitting around here.
We'll see, in a game of chess, the pawns are always the one that makes the first move. All the other pieces are there to defend and attack their would-be king. We are unfortunately a set of chess pieces without a king. Formerly. And we don't need to act hastily. Or else we would fall into a trap. Would we not?
We've been sitting in check for what feels like
A millennia.
ages.
And I hate it. I just want to walk forward and keep walking forward
Hey, can
and not be held hostage.
I don't mean to. I do mean to cut in, but I don't mean to cut in. But could I borrow these two for just a second? And he grabs Viola and Jericho, and he pulls you aside. So it's literally just Rook and Marquis standing there, and Kyla's like, "Okay, so hear me out. The boss is gone, and we're not necessarily gonna not do what he didn't tell us not to do.
Hyla,
Listen to me. No,
So-
hear me out, Viola. How happy would he be if we just got it done and we got a bunch of munitions from the Second Inquisition and just brought it home?
that is incurring a high risk. Unnecessary.
Weren't you just, like, kind of on board with it, though? Because you said you were tired of not doing anything? Now I'm
There
so
are other actions we
confused.
can take, not necessarily against the Second Inquisition. And do we even know if maybe this is a trap like Rook suggested. Maybe these munitions are being tracked.
Well, I don't think he suggested that the warehouse is a trap. I think he's just talking about traps in general.
I feel like anything to do with the Second Inquisition gets very messy.
Oh, yeah, of course.
No
But
shit.
listen, if they're both in the underbelly. No. Hear me out. Hear me out. This is a great idea. This is why I'm T-Rex with the little arms. I mean, with the big arms. Little T with the big arms. Okay. And he slaps himself and claps his hands. You see some of the like staples plop out,
Yeah, I
and
was
then there's
about to
like
say-
there's like a weird like lump, so it makes it almost look like he has a boob, and he's like, oh shit, got titties again.
And Viola tries to fix him up, like, a little bit.
She pulls out like a mini stapler, and he's like, oh, thank you. And so like you know,
Yeah.
There's a little weird like shifting. You know, the three of you had to rely on each other, and he's like, thank you. You always got my back. Okay.
At the front.
Yeah, both sides.
I got
Sideways.
your back.
Upside down side, all around the world side. Okay, so these guys are information brokers. So what I'm thinking is we be like, hey, so you want to join our super secret squad, right? So if you want to join our super secret squad, then you got to help us by giving us all the information you know about this warehouse. Out on the
Why don't
dock
we
side.
just ask them?
That's what I'm saying, but like we make it
No,
seem
but I mean-
cool.
Why does it have to seem... What?
Like
Also, I want to ask, is that the only thing we need to ask information about? The docks, really?
I mean,
What?
we
No,
honestly
I'm sure there's plenty of things.
Okay, well then what? I mean, I wanted to ask Philip, fucking Xavier over there, whatever his name is. I wanted to ask him about Lucas, but
What?
I miss him too.
Well, it's just a little freaky. Like, I don't know if he's gonna be like, oh, well, Kyla, darling, get on your knees and squeal like a little pig. And then
Hey,
I would
hey,
have
hey.
to.
Kyla. And she squeezes his arm. I won't let him do that to you.
I
Unless
mean,
you
but what
want
if I like it? That's the problem.
Kyla, we'll get him back. We need to focus on... As my mother used to say, you don't eat an elephant whole, you eat it piece by piece. Baby steps. If you really want to ask them about the warehouse...
Yeah, that's like a test, right? We can even ask him about the Koi kid. And be like, hey, what do you know about this kid? I mean, he's easy pickings, honestly. Oh, what
my.
if we sent them together to get Koi? And that's their test.
It's a small...
You're right. We
I
should
thought-
send
I
them to
thought
the
we
docks because
already-
that's more dangerous.
We shouldn't split up. Don't. Nope. We stick together.
Viola, I'm gonna be real forward right now. Sometimes we gotta do that. And I know that you're afraid to do that because of what happened, but I just want you to know, can't always just be holding each other's hands. I'm not saying we split up right now, I'm just saying sometimes it's necessary. And I know that that's hard. I know.
Kyler just gives her a hug.
Like, just like the memory of letting go of Blythe's hand for the last time flashes in her mind. And she hugs Kyler a little bit and just pats his head.
Now, if we want to try and do this tonight, I'm here for it. I just, if they've got some good intel, that'd be probably really good to know. Cause
Rather not go against the Second Inquisition. Split up,
it's
okay?
something that we're planning on doing anyway. It's just a matter of when. I mean, if we can get some of their shit away from them, then that helps us in the long run. So, yeah, it's risky, but we have to take those risks, right?
You shouldn't gamble like that. Not when we don't
We
have
gamble
enough
every
information.
day with what we're doing, Viola. We're lucky we made it this far.
And that's because we had each other.
Maybe a little luck, too. I took a bullet to the face, so...
Yeah.
I
guess
gotta
you're a
have
lucky
these
charm.
fucked up bangs, or everybody's gonna see it.
I guess that makes you our lucky charm if you're still here.
Nah, I think it just makes Dr. Fletcher fucking scary. And really powerful.
Let's talk to them first and let's ask them about the warehouse and the boy.
Alright.
And then we'll decide from there, okay?
Yeah, I'll let you guys take lead on that. T-Rex with the big arms is a little nervous.
I just want us to have more information before we jump into something.
Right, I'm not saying let's just march on down there right now blindly. Hell no.
If we do it, let's do it carefully.
Man.
So let's first ask them, and we'll see what they say, and make the decision afterwards.
Tyler just gets quiet. And he was quiet for a long time in the beginning. You remember the first 8 months of his turning? He was not the same. And then one day, he just put on some classic music, started singing, and he hasn't talked about it. And for a minute, you see the flash, the distant expression as he goes back to the very beginning.
Has he left her embrace? Like he's just
yeah.
there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Instead of grabbing his arm, she just grabs his hand and squeezes it a little bit.
Yeah. He blinks. Yeah. And you can see the strain, the smile that doesn't reach his eyes. Fuck it, I'm ready. I'll be a kink pig if I gotta.
One step at a time, Kyla. One day at a time.
One slice of the elephant to marginally increase our
Exactly.
profits. All right, here we
Yes.
go. Assassin Squad Team Bunny Pants, go!
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Viola goes to both of them. All right. Rook, Philip, or would you like me to call you something else?
Sorry, what? Are you talking to me?
What's your name? Yes.
Oh, my name?
Yes.
I thought I already told you my name.
Apparently I misheard.
Ah, well, it's Julian. No problem, thank you.
All right, Julian. Right, Julian, Rook. What can
You
you
learn
tell
to
us
kind of
about...
get used to it after a while.
Yes. Feel like we'll have to... It'll be quite interesting. So, what can you tell us about a warehouse full of Second Inquisition? And also, we're trying to trace someone's
Sounds like a
old
death trap.
toy. Couldn't agree more.
Sounds like a fun time.
Your version of fun times are really fucked up.
And your versions of anger management are quite explosive.
True. Got me on that one.
Anyways, now that we're done, do you have any information on either of these?
Storyteller, do we know about this thing that they're asking us?
Yeah, make some rolls. Here we go. Okay, hold on. So you guys are gonna roll. Let's see. Oh no. Oh no.
Sounds like a
Okay.
bad thing.
No, it's great. So are you using your advantages? The first one, Inu?
Wait, which one?
Criminal
Oh.
contacts.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so you're gonna roll your criminal contacts plus your intelligence plus your streetwise. And then Marquis, you will be rolling your intelligence plus your streetwise plus your...
And my criminal contacts?
Do you have criminal
Because
contacts?
they're in there too.
Good
Yeah.
lord!
Wait, you do?
They're down. I do. Look. Under linguistics. The next one underneath.
Oh! Oh, see, I was like, wait, wealthy? I mean, yeah, I guess. I was like, yeah, money can get you a lot
Hope
of
I
things.
did that right.
But yeah, and your criminal contacts. Go ahead and roll it, both of you. Oh my god, the dice.
Lord almighty, good lord, that is a lot of dice.
Damn.
Put it in the dice box.
So, like, when I rolled it off a roll 20, because since I moved, I don't know where I put my dice. Is it, when you go to roll, right, is it, you pick the second attribute, whatever, and then is it pool size modifier where I add the 3?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
All right, cool, I did it right then. We're good.
Okay, so the 2, you don't know anything about what they're discussing, but you could. Oh, excuse me. You would just need to reach out to your contacts, and then Marquis with a 5. Yes, you actually. Funny enough. The Second Inquisition guy who's the supervisor over that warehouse, his name's Roy. And his wife's name is Violet. And Violet thinks you are the most charming thing since, well, chocolate was invented. So, you know, a bit of blackmail that you could use to get in.
I would have to make some phone calls to get the correct information that we would need. Because I, unfortunately, have not been paying attention to a lot, other than raising buildings, one by one.
Well, Rook, if you'd lend me your fists, I may. And you just see, like, the most devilish grin on his face. I
I
may
don't
have
like
a
it when you
way
make
in.
that grin. I
Oh,
don't.
but it's such a handsome look, isn't it?
Not to me.
Such a shame.
Look, you want me to punch something, I'm going to punch it. But don't use your weird words. I hate when you do that.
All right, and what can you tell me about this koi?
Koi.
Do we know anything about Koi?
He's young, like
2021. Basically got the Jones for a younger kindred named Josie, who's Camarilla, but she isn't like high up on Elizabeth's roster. She just switched sides, no longer Anarch, no longer under Vice Baron. Josie occasionally gives him some blood, and he and her sometimes do some things, and he's really good at computers. Like crazy good. Like insanely good. Like Elizabeth
that
hires him to build security systems for her good. Without exactly telling him that that's what he's doing. But you have figured it out.
He is somewhere on my list of. Yeah.
Well,
He's got this like little notebook that's covered in blood.
Is it just a burn
Dried
book?
blood.
Like you just go kill people
Oh
that are
my
in there?
God.
Like holy moly.
Yes, I have a list.
Oh my god, he's on the list to die? He's barely a
No,
baby.
no.
no.
Yes and no. It depends on the situation of
Yeah,
how.
he's on the maybe list.
Oh my lord.
You see, there's like a little checkbox. It's like, kill, blackmail, do nothing. It's easier to keep track of paper because you can burn it versus putting it on a phone. Michael gets mad at me because I use a flip phone.
Storyteller. Viola. Okay, so this is something. Viola's gonna know that the boy missing is gonna cause more waves than the missiles, right? Or the sorry, not
For Elizabeth, yeah. Unless Elizabeth is working with this section of the Second Inquisition, which you can't confirm or deny.
All right. We should probably confirm whether she's working for this part of the Inquisition. Evidence is always good. And if she's not, then you should take the missiles. But this koi could be of great use to us.
Oh, you like the fish?
Kyler's like, nah, I like the emotion.
Oh,
Like, I think his full name's McCoy.
you see him like erasing something and then putting COY. Huh. Thought it was like the fish.
Yeah,
That
smart.
would be with a K and an I. Rook,
Look, I never said I was good at spelling. Okay,
clearly.
you know what I'm good at.
Using
Alright.
your fists. Just not your brain. Well,
You
that's
know
not
that.
true. I mean, you use your brain sometimes. Anyways, clearly.
All right, chess master. If there are two targets, which would you suggest, Julian?
Wait, his name's Julian now?
Who's Julian?
Shh.
Wait,
Kyla.
The
what?
gentleman right here, of course.
Which one? Rook? Rook, I didn't know you changed your name to Julian.
No, his
didn't.
name is Rook. I'm sorry. I think your name
Oh,
slipped
he's
out of
like
my mind
he
again.
flips out. He pulls out like a different notepad. It's like names he's changed to Julian. There's like a list. He's like, I hate this.
I'm sorry, are you talking to me?
Yes.
Well, there's not unfortunately someone who's taller than me that we're talking to, and then it is you. You are taller than me. Would you rather say we put our forces towards finding this kid and the would-be deserter,
Chess master.
Yeah.
What would you
or
suggest?
go deal with a warehouse?
And there is like I'm testing you. Look.
From what we know, our little friend, the koi, and he winks at Rook, is, shall I say, incredible at what he does. However, is your plan, Viola, to, shall I say, kidnap him? Is that what you hope for?
Maybe.
To take him from his place of...
Or we don't need to be so drastic, hopefully. Maybe just see if
He could be an unknowing double agent.
You mean fuck with his mind? This is Kyler.
Right.
Ah,
So,
little manipulation. Little coercion. Perfect for a kindred like you, Viola. So the question is whether we go and, as Kyler so gently put it, fuck with his mind, or we go to this warehouse where I have a sure way in. And what do you plan to do there?
I just make sure that no one notices. I'm your distraction, the bait.
If you're wondering what we mean to do at the warehouse, we're hoping to apprehend some of their explosives.
their munitions, yeah. Kind of whatever we can get.
This'll be a first task.
One will make waves, while the other will hinder. Are you looking for subtle, but impactful? Or are you looking to make a statement, Viola?
Storyteller, we're not laying low, right?
I mean,
Not anymore.
you have been, but now.
I just don't know if we should be declaring any, like, war tonight without
Boss.
without the doctor.
Yeah.
Valid point.
When you play
I
chess,
staked my claim by saying I am here. To her, for one. That's why I'm here.
when you
See, the
play-
thing is, you've asked someone who. Let's just say I feel compelled to experience my unlife at its fullest. And when you dangle such a temptation in front of me. But there is one choice. But you were saying, my dear.
We've been putting all our chess pieces in a row. I'm just looking for the final chess piece before we make our move to get out of check, as you say. Because all this time, all we've been doing is just moving our king back and forth, moving the pieces and playing on the defensive. I think we're ready for a little offensive, but I want to make sure everything is in place before we do so.
So rather than take out the pawns, go for something with a little bit more movement.
Exactly. And I feel like both of you could be exactly what we need. The extra spice to really stir.
You're wanting to make a gambit out of this and go with a bang, if I'm understanding this right.
As you are both well aware, we've lost a lot.
Oh,
And
true.
in this time, we've been hiding, lurking, waiting, getting our little ducks in a row. And I know the time is near for us to pull the trigger. I want to make her regret and start the fire to burn everything she has made. So, to that end, tonight, we put everything into its final alignment.
I mean, I think we moved to start that. I don't know if we can line it all up tonight, but, you know.
This isn't bowling,
step.
if you would. Okay. As much as I want to go swinging into a giant Second Inquisition warehouse full of explosives, I say we choose the latter of the one, go for the little, what's it called?
The koi.
I hate you. Ooh.
The
Yes.
thing is, Rook, if we go for If we go for the human computer,
Hmm.
we will make waves. And not little ones.
Oh no. Elizabeth.
Great, big, giant swells of the ocean.
Didn't you say you want to live your life to the fullest, correct?
Oh, but I do. That temptation. It's as pleasant as snorting a new drug. I mean, I would never do such a thing, but.
Raises an eyebrow.
Uh-huh.
I do drugs.
He's like, pulls paper out. I'm aware.
What? All right, fine.
I just feel. If you're wanting to make a big statement, then I would go for the boy.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Rob her of her eyes and ears. The infrastructure that she's so...
I mean, his
Realizing.
programs, she's already got him. She's already
I know.
got his...
Oh, Kyla, but we can learn so much about everything she's
yeah.
made.
100%. I mean, that's why I kind of want the kid. I just...
And we need someone else in the chair. Not with.
What do you mean? I'm in the chair.
And Viola kind of looks
Kyler
at Kyler.
is our guy in the chair.
Yes, but
But... Whoa! But... Why you gotta...
and so
Why you
Viola,
gotta do... Why you gotta do little T with the big Rex arms in front of the new guys like
listen,
this?
we both know that you work better in a team.
My job is to make the O'Shea machine speak sweet music to me and tell me what I need to know.
We've
Sorry,
grown the
that's
network
funny.
quite a lot, and you know we need someone else, especially now that she's yeah.
He just clears his throat. So we get the koi kid and we find out his program, his algorithm, and then we break her computer. Right?
There we go.
Right? But
Lives better myself.
but I think we should go through, and this just goes to show you how well informed Kyler is. We go through the kindred he's obsessed with. I think we go to her, we use Rook as intimidation or blackmail. I don't know if you have anything on her. And then we get her on our side. I mean, she wasn't really in either side, right? I mean, she was new under Baron Weiss, God rest his soul, wherever that slutty motherfucker is. But it's worth it, IMO.
You're talking about the Judas.
I mean, she's not really a Judas. I mean, basically all of Salem is a Judas. Even Alistair Knox's entire kingdom has fallen to her. People are afraid.
Of course they are.
I mean, and they should be. She's a fucking psycho. She's scary. Hell, it's only what, Wednesday? And as he says this, and they kind of Kyler goes off of
I totes flinch when the word Wednesday is used.
as he says that you need to make a frenzy check. Because he goes off on this nonsensical thing, and you realize, Jericho, you are hearing him say something that isn't actually coming out of his mouth. And as he's speaking, it's
I kind of like. I look at Jericho when he mentions Wednesday, actually.
okay. As you do, Jericho gets this sort of far off gaze.
So I try to like shush Kyla, being like, Kyla, it's fine. You can stop now.
But Kyler never
I think you
said
get the point.
Wednesday and really in front of you guys. Jericho's the only one who heard it.
Oh.
Yeah. So even if you just cut a glance at Jericho, he just has a far off look on his face, kind of like he's confused.
Okay.
Like he's dazed, like he's tuning Kyler out almost. For what you're actually hearing is Kyler talking about the politics of the world, which you all are already aware of. Jericho,
Okay, so. Okay.
I need you to roll a wits and awareness.
Okay.
plus. So, oh my god, poor little baby. So you are rolling a wits and awareness plus Blythe's aspects.
Oh,
I didn't stutter.
okay. Okay, hold on. I gotta open her sheet. I don't.
You had.
Oh, what am I mean? Her aspects was freaking 5. Like I know. Okay, so wits and awareness plus Blythe's aspects.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Damn. Okay, that's nice. There's 1 crit. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay, Mads.
Huh? Yeah?
Switch
What?
boogie.
Huh? What? Fuck? What? Huh?
You heard me.
Okay.
You had her.
Say what now?
Okay, so for just a second, bear with me.
Madness is happening, but I'm here for it.
I need you to
I
roll.
swear I'm not
resist-
a Malkavian, guys.
Resist frenzy as well, Mads.
So I have a question. As a thin blood, I don't technically have to. I don't frenzy unless it's from supernatural means.
Correct.
Would this be considered? Okay, I just wanted to make sure that. Okay.
Viola, roll a wits and awareness, and if you have sense the unseen, you can add that to it. If not,
It's just easier.
just roll
for
a
me to
basic
click.
wits and awareness. Crow and Marquis, you did not witness the trauma, so you are not finely attuned to it. This whole scene is going to surprise the fuck out of the two of you.
It's like they're all like talking. He's got like a flask out of nowhere and he's like drinking it. He's like, oh.
Oh yeah, Marquis got another cigarette in his mouth.
Resist frenzy. That's a 4.
Okay.
Resist frenzy is willpower and a third of humanity.
Yes.
'Kay.
Leftover willpower. Okay, and Viola, you got an 8 on your wits and awareness. Okay, so both of you exist. Jericho, you feel your heart stutter, and as the cardiac arrest punches into your chest and to everyone else, Jericho falls like a rock. Viola dropping down almost into a Spider-Man like crawl to grab his head before it slams onto the ground. He begins to seize as the heart attack takes him over and death embraces you. But as it does, you hear a familiar voice. Mads, you have been wandering for centuries. High and low into a void that makes little to no sense. Specters, banes, spirits, wolves, and everything that has ever gone bump or killed in the night you have hidden from. For all they have to do to scatter your existence is touch your soul. As a kindred, it is questionable whether you even bear a soul. But you happen to have high humanity. And so there is a sliver of you. Just a sliver. Instinctually. That knew. To save your sister, you had to die. And in order to speak to Jericho, he too has to taste death. In order to get to Blythe, a very certain set of ingredients. And the second book in this series, the one made of human flesh, needs to be found. The teachings of La Sombra, Oblivion, are technically outlawed and severely against the Masquerade. If this were a typical coterie, you would not be obliged to share this information with Jericho. Regardless, you know where the book is. You know the name of the man that has
the second book. Unfortunately, he is a very old werewolf. And he goes by the name Magnus. Go ahead and roleplay it out. I need Viola. Roll an intelligence and medicine to try to keep Jericho alive because he is not full kindred.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh my god. That is I just yell out. He's I'm just like, does anyone know first aid or anything? And she'll try to do her best. Oh god.
Kyler drops down to his knees and like starts like trying CPR and shit, and then looks helplessly at Crow and Marquis. And so that's your coterie is all hands on deck. If all of you are going to try to keep him alive or happen to have your hands on anything, you need to roll intelligence and medicine.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, while that is happening, in your moment of death, Jericho, you see Mads. And she is frantically running at you through a glassy obsidian hellscape. Screams approach you, and you hear, "Wednesday's my favorite day. Here, kitty, 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 kitty." And then another cracking and twisting, and Blythe screaming.
Can I move?
You are unable to. You are still tethered to your body. When you look down, you see the coterie in panic, trying to bring you back to life. And you know instinctually, if they bring you back to life, you can no longer speak to Mads. But if you don't come back to life, then you're lost just like Blythe. So you are standing there as she is running towards you, screaming your name. And all the information that I've just shared with you, Sly, here you go.
I'm like gesturing for her to run faster to... Come on, to me! You can make it! Jericho!
I need you to
Jericho!
roll a strength.
I'm right here!
A strength and a survival, Mads.
4 successes for Mads. Mads, who is mad?
Big mad.
Okay. 4 successes?
Correct.
Okay, you barely make it to him, but you end up scoring his wrist. Viola, you see that his wrist opens up and he begins to bleed. And Kyler's like, somebody needs to give him blood. And he's pumping, right? He's doing CPR. So he's like, Viola, give him your blood. Do it!
I don't even hesitate. Like, as soon as he says that, like, I'm giving him my blood.
So she's just scored your arm and you're bleeding freely. Now your physical body, Jericho, is bleeding out. However, she's got a hold of you. And it feels like this void that is trying to rip her from you. There is someone in the back that says, Mads O'Shea! And you see this angry middle-aged man that vaguely represents her. And he is holding a belt. And in the other hand, he has a broken bottle, and he says, you little bitch, I'm gonna fuck you up, thinking you can get away from me. And you remember Mad shouting at a haunting, leave me the fuck alone, Dad. So he is drawing near, but he's probably, like 1,000 feet off. But his voice just echoes. And then in the east and the west, you have Mr. Kitty, who moves forward, who is just this amalgamation of shadow and then occasional white crystal eyes that open up and then bleed ink before they close. And the sound is like wet, slippery, inky octopus arms that move. And then on the other side is just a small man that slowly unravels as he rides a tricycle towards you. Go ahead and roleplay. I'll let you know when you need to make more saving throws.
Oh god! He's gonna like grab her back, like to hold on to like if she's got like his arms or something, he's gonna grab her back and hold on to her.
Okay, so the minute
it feels
he
like-
grabs you, you see him. You're there. You finally got to him.
I got you.
Jericho, listen. Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry.
okay. It's okay. Focus. Look behind, to the left and the right. We don't got a lot of time.
Just ignore them. Just ignore them. Oh God, you're still alive.
I mean, not for much longer. Looks down at his body. What do you got for me? What do you got?
There's a second book. There's a second book. It's
Book like the one you and Blythe destroyed?
the Book of Flesh. Yes, there's a second one.
Okay.
I don't know how long I've been gone. I don't know what you know of our world, but that book, it's everything.
Okay.
And I don't know if you know.
Fleshy, scary book, all right?
Fleshy, scary book, but there's a man who has it. There's a man who has it, and you need to find that book. But first, you need to taste. I'm sorry. You needed to. Death is how we know anything.
Right.
There is a man who has that book.
Both of you need to roll wits and awareness now. You
Do I
may
still
may
get the
add your
bonus?
auspex. Correct. Your auspex. You actually feel Blythe more connected to you than you have ever before. You know that she is
Do I
resting.
also add aspects?
Yes, you do. She is resting.
Okay.
Not gone, but gone. Somewhere in this oblivion. After all, Father Vice makes sure all his children are safe. Unlike the creepy
hold
lady
on.
who wants to eat all her children. But yes, the woman and the book are connected.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That time.
6, okay, Mads?
I forgot how to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 successes.
Okay, both of you, you see the shaft of light, but only Mads hears the voice, and it is crystal clear and soft, and it says, "I know who you are, and I have been looking for you for a very long time. Don't be afraid. Come into the light." When you turn around, Mads, you see a seraph. Wings, beautiful and golden. So bright and beautiful. And you realize this is a shepherd trying to herald gently your human soul home. You don't belong here. So this is another person in Oblivion, an angel looking for you to take you home. Another thing you must evade, or Blythe will be lost forever.
Oh, gee.
But boy, is he persuasive. There's no gender. It is just joy and peace and love. As this character steps forward, you see them banish the specter of your father. They simply reach out, touching his arm, and he falls to his knees, crying and begging forgiveness. And he's very slowly walking there, as if afraid to scare a cat. Continue role-playing.
Matt's the name. I need the name.
I know the name, right?
You do, yes. You found it, and that's why
Yes.
Jericho had to die, so you could tell him.
Okay. He is not one of us. He is hungry and howls at the moon.
Okay.
He's Magnus. Magnus.
As you
And he
say
has
the
to
name,
look.
there is a howl, and then a shattering in oblivion, and this amalgamation that is horrid moves into the fray, and you see the umbra split under the belly, opened up like a fish, and there are faces you don't recognize. A tan-skinned individual, tattoo under the eye, and then tats that run down his chest, short but rippling with muscles, face drawn in horror. Next to him, a young boy. And the eldritch horror that is leaping forward, they shout, "Don't do this." "Are you fucking crazy?" But the horror moves forward, and you see a young man. Bi-colored eyes. His beard is not kissed with white yet, and he pushes his son aside. And he tells the other one to fetch. And the horror splits open. His arms, not unlike Mr. Wednesday. And you watch him devour the angel.
Oh, shit.
For those of you in the audience, I recommend you watch Bound by Night to understand the crossover here. However, it is not necessary, and you can continue watching Salem by Night as is. All right, Mads. The knockout, drag-out fight with a seraph, an eldritch horror, another eldritch horror, and a man on a tricycle continues.
Jericho, I'm so sorry.
It's all right. You don't need to be sorry. You're doing plenty. You're doing great.
Jericho begins to flicker out of existence as Viola's blood fills his mouth.
Tries to hold on to her tighter. It's okay. You don't need to be sorry.
I don't
You
know.
just-
Jericho, listen. I love you. I needed to do this. Can you tell Vice I love him too? And tell Lazarus.
You're gonna be coming back, baby girl. You can tell him yourself.
Just, can you please promise me?
I promise. But you're gonna have to tell him yourself too. And you hide quick. Stay
I'll get her
safe.
back. I promise I'll get her back, okay?
Yeah. I believe you.
You hear
I'll do what I can.
You
on
hear
the side.
heaven scream as the angel is ripped apart in half, and then it finishes devouring. And he shifts more into a man, and he is beautiful. Dark, large, pale, hurting green eyes, no collar on his neck. And then he howls, and the rage takes over, and he lunges for Mr. Wednesday. And he begins to eat.
Oh, jeez.
And the
Oh,
abyss goes silent, save for the terror.
Mads lets go of Jericho's hand.
Stay safe.
All right,
I love
Mads.
you.
I need you to roll a survival and an intelligence.
Love you too. Just stay safe.
Viola, you finally get enough blood into his mouth, forcing him to swallow it, and he wakes up, and Kyler sets back on his heels like, fuck!
Oh, fuck.
Survival and what, sorry?
Intelligence.
Okay, thank you.
Viola is just holding Jericho like super close. Like it's similar to if you've ever seen that statue by Michelangelo. Just like holding him like so close. And she goes, Jericho! Jericho, please, please, wake up!
I'm here. I'm here.
Oh, thank God. Thank God.
I just saw Mads.
What?
I just saw Mads. And she said something about a book that a man, a wolf, I think, carries. It might help us get Blythe back.
We can get him back.
Maybe.
All right, what's his name?
Oh, Magnus?
And we're going to end there for tonight.
Oh shit! Goddamn!
Oh, Lord!
Way to end.
Oh my god, that went from like 0. I mean, it was already at 90. Down. What the fucking went to 180 so fast?
Like, oh, let's just have plans. Boom.
Right? Jesus. Okay. Well,
Woohoo!
Ooh, hell yeah.
what a fucking start.
Happy.
Season 2, let's go.
Again, it's not required to watch Bound by Night, but if you would like to understand the cameo that has just happened, you can find it on my YouTube.
Apparently.